Hello everyone and welcome back to more Root Double. Here we are. We're in front of this door where this god-awful stench was coming from. It smelled nice, but then we realized it was the smell of burning meat. So, I mean, it's anyone's guess what's behind the door. We're gonna find out right now. Don't tell me that smell is... Watasi opened the door with hands that were shaking like crazy. Oh no. And spotted the source of the smell. Hollow gasps escaped from Watasi and Ina's mouths. Their hunger instantly turned to nausea. Legs burnt to charcoal, melted body fat dripping on the floor, a horribly charred protection suit, a fire axe gripped firmly in the hand, rescue squad equipment. He didn't recognize their face, but he could tell with a glance that this was the other squad mate who went into the basement. Hiyama.
Hiyama!
A scream burst out from deep within his lungs.
Hiyama! Oi! Hiyama!
I don't think he's coming back. Watasi ran over to him and called his name, but naturally the body didn't even twitch. He'd already known from the moment he'd seen him that it was far too late. Watasi then heard voices and footsteps rapidly approaching from behind. Watasi's scream had sent Kazami and Jun running over. He paid them no heed and touched Yama's body. He could tell how rigid the latter was even though through the protection suit. Watasi's proclamation was followed by cries of grief. He could just hear Jun's tearful voice echo behind him. Watasi couldn't feel sad. He just searched Yama's body with a gloomy cloud shrouding his heart. Yama's legs had been bent into strange shapes at the knees. His legs were broken? He'd probably been trying to escape from the fire to the bitter end. He came across the inferno in Area 4, got caught on fire, and yet crawled all the way over to the elevator hall trying to cling on to whatever life he had left. And then breathed his last breath at this spot.
Hiyama!
Watasi lamented at the death of the squad mate he didn't even remember. And next to the body, lying there as if it were Yama's last will and testament to his squad mates, was a security card that read level 6. Several minutes later, the group left the elevator hall and gathered in front of it. Yukata and Yuri had been told of Hirama's death. Ina remained speechless for a while, then barely managed to make out a few words. Yukata gazed at Watasi as his body shook in fear, then spoke. Yuri said nothing. She just quietly leaned against Jun. Jun gently wrapped her arms around Yuri's shoulders, but the look on her face only made Yuri more depressed. Kazami soon looked at the rest of the group with red eyes and wrung out her voice and said, Yes, a dead body is unfortunate, but we were bound to come across one sooner or later. I mean, we came across 2 earlier. We should be used to this by now. Not that it's something I want to see, but it's inevitable. Alright. Kazami looked at Watasi and spoke. What's everyone at? Okay. That's fine. Her voice shook, and her eyes were filled with sorrow. Watasi swallowed the words on the tip of his tongue and settled for a whisper of an answer instead. When he thought about her feelings, he realized that no words could ever console the pain she had been going through. Jun spoke in a teary voice after Kazami called out to her.
現状で同僚を失ったの。 れがこんな立て続けに。分かってます。ですがちゃんとしなさい。シリウスに入った時に女は捨てたはずでしょ。でもお姉ちゃん。
June choked back a sob. Kazami didn't scold her for calling her sis. Tachibana, Moribe. They can't take much more of this. Even the ever firm and reliable Kazami was failing to hide the tremors in her voice. And yet here Watasi was, not even sad about his co-worker's death. God damn it, I have to say something. But anything he said would just be rubbing salt in his squad mate's wounds. I'm gonna lower that. Watasi gritted his teeth in frustration, but then Ina whispered into his ear.
何やってるのよ隊長さん。あなたがしっかりしなきゃダメじゃない。
Can I really lead them? I mean, with my amnesia? Watasi stood in utter bewilderment, but then Ina turned to him with irritation in her eyes.
黙ってないで。男でしょ。しかも隊長なんでしょ。だったらみんなを引っ張っていくのはあなたしかいないじゃないの。記憶喪失でも何でも関係ないわよ。ビシッとしなさい。
It was those words that finally brought Watasi to an epiphany. No, now that I think about it, that was always my role. I'm the damn captain. It was he, the only one not sad about Hiyama's death, who had led the group in Kazami's place. Who had to lead. Despite her protests to the contrary, it was clear she was deeply saddened. Anyone would be after losing two squad mates whom they'd been held so dear in just one day. But she can't show it because she needs to put on a brave face for all the survivors here. And because our mission isn't over yet. What would the survivors think if the rescue squad all broke down in sorrow and grief? Doesn't instill a lot of confidence. Ina, Yukida, and Yuri? And they would definitely feel that the situation was hopeless. They'd almost certainly descend into despair. Then I have to be strong. Stronger than anyone. I must be stronger than anyone, both as a man and as the captain of this squad. Even if it was a role he knew nothing about. Even if he didn't have the confidence in his abilities because of his lack of memories. I am a rescue squad captain. I am Watasi Kasasagi, the man who Tachibana and Moribe look up to. And the moment he thought that, a raging fire ignited in Watasi's heart. A fire that had been lit by Kazami and June's tears, as well as Ina's words.
Tachibana, Moribe, ちょっといいか?
The two of them walked over to Watasi with forlorn footsteps. Watasi looked Kazami dead in the eye and spoke.
リーダー交代だ。ここから先は俺がみんなを率いる。
隊長?
Kazami and June couldn't hide their bewilderment.
何? 本来の役割に戻るだけだ。お前たちが落ち着くまでの一時的な交代でもいい。諸々の匙を肩代わりするのでもいい。とにかく少し俺を頼れ。特に橘、お前はいろいろ背負い込みすぎだ。
I agree. Kazami felt quiet in what appeared to be hesitation.
聞けないか? それじゃ命令する。シリウスの隊長としてな。
Watasi clicked his heels and spoke in a sharp voice.
原告をもって、橘風見副隊長、森部淳隊員は笠崎渡瀬隊長の指揮下に入れ。
That's right. We're finally getting our confidence back. We're gonna lead the group. And those words came very naturally out of Watasi's mouth. Kazami and June's bodies trembled.
副将!
And like that, strength instantly returned to Kazami and June's eyes. They both clicked their heels and replied.
はっ! 橘風見副隊長、笠崎渡瀬隊長の指揮下に入ります。
Binding of eyes, like that was a good game.
森部淳隊員、隊長の指揮下に入ります。
よろしい。
Watasi smiled and gave them both a pat on the shoulder.
なんてな。まあ形だけのもんだ。基本的には今まで通りで頼む。 俺は相変わらずの記憶喪失だしな。でもまあ体力と根性だけは変わってないみたいだから、上下関係気にせずこき使ってくれよ。
He said that in the friendliest voice he could muster in an attempt to relieve their tension. But Kazami responded meekly.
いえ、お願いします。
よし、じゃあせっかく手に入れたレベル6のカード、それを使って前に進もう。
Can we access level 5 of the level 6 card?
檜山が残してくれたんだ。無駄にしちゃいかん。
Exactly. We can't let it go to waste. Oh, I don't know why I need June here. Whatever. See, it's like, I don't know what this choice means, because I don't know if it's good or bad to change it or not, because I don't know how it's going to affect anything. June quietly nodded at that.
そうだね。いつまでも落ち込んではいられないよ。
June turned to the others and spoke in a voice brimming with bravado.
火は消えた。カードも見つかった。だからもう第6エリアまで私たちを遮るものはない。
そうだ、その意気さ。
That's the spirit. Never give up.
なんせお前のキャッチフレーズは
カンと書いてジュンと読むだったね。自分で言ったくせに忘れかけてたよ。ありがとね、隊長。
June's eyes had regained their natural spark.
何、部下のテンションを保つのも隊長の役目さ。
Watasi said that with a smile, then turned back to Yukata and the others.
大変お待たせしたな。そっちのみんなは行けるか？
ええ、大丈夫よ。いつでも行けるわ。
こちらは問題なしだ。
はい。
Watasi nodded when he heard their answers. Kazami then gently placed a hand on his shoulder.
ありがとうございます、隊長。
And said that with a wide smile, one that seemed sad yet mixed with a small hint of joy. They decided to leave Hiyama's body where it was. They set his axe against the door as a gravestone of sorts. And with that, the elevator hall had become his temporary tomb. And so, with Watasi now leading them, the group all headed for Area 5. The guards thought a B2 security gate had been incinerated, so they went back up to B1, and opened the door that had remained shut up until now. What awaits us in this new area? We're gonna find out. Okay, how bad is the radiation?
頼むぞ。
Please be something manageable. If it was a contaminated zone, then everything would be for nothing. However, the reading was 3,451 MSV, within the safety standard.
よし、行ける。
Alright, let's hurry
み
up.
んな急ごう。
そうね。監視カメラの映像でも天川君たちはこっち方面に逃げてたし。
Kazami's eyebrows twitched when she heard the survivors' names.
確かにこの先に要救助者がいる可能性は高いですね。だね。もう火に悩まされる心配もないし、ここからは要救助者と AD のことを第一に考えよう。
That's a good, yeah, that's good. We've eliminated something we have to worry about, which is good. June's voice also had a trace of hope in it. Though both of them were still recovering from the shock, it seemed that they were slowly returning to normal. Thank God. Watasi grinned slightly and walked through the connecting passageway. And then entered Area 5. Outer Ring B1. The walls and the ceiling were both white, making their place a bright sanitary block.
ここはまた今までと随分雰囲気が違うな。
Really? It doesn't look much different.
なんか病院みたいな場所ね。
The fact that it was overly clean and had a somewhat cold atmosphere was indeed reminiscent of a hospital.
おっさん、このエリアは何だ？
ここはシニアフェロー、上級研究員たちの実験棟さ。僕らジュニアフェロー、つまり通常研究員が出入りする実験室よりはるかに高度な設備が整っている区画だ。
部屋数も多いし、みんなで手分けした方が良さそうだね。ではチーム分けは？
第4エリアを捜索した時とほぼ同じでいいか？俺と森部と先生、そして橘とおっさんと有利で。
Alrighty guys, we're splitting up to find more AD and hopefully find the survivors, and with that I will see you in the next episode. Take it easy guys.